you going, peeps? Welcome back to Snail TV. Well, obviously, back onto the bike. Obviously, more parts are coming in for all the builds. Obviously, Christmas break's over, and obviously, it's easier to get parts happening now. So this is the radiator that I was talking about. These are an oversized go-kart radiator. Obviously, I don't know anyone that runs this size on their go-kart, but I staggered on them when I was building the boat, and I used a couple on the boat. As I said, I was running 2 on that thing, and absolutely did an amazing job. They are thick, they're a 70mm core. They're pretty much like the Speed Factory. Don't quote me on that one. I'm not making any quotes on that, but they're pretty much exactly the same size as the Speed Factory like drag radiators. I know the top core is a little bit smaller, but yeah, they're awesome. They're actually pretty cheap as well. The only thing is, obviously, they just have out small, tiny outlets coming out of them, and obviously that's why we have -12s. All right, so I've got 2 -12s, and we need to cut these ends off. Weld a couple of new outlets. See if we can use the mounting, because it does come with just standard mounting brackets on it, welded. If we can't, then obviously we'll just cut them off and yeah, tick some new ones on there. I haven't actually even looked at where the location is. Yeah, I'm not even in work mode right now. I'm just want to make this video so we can jump straight into it tomorrow. And yeah, so we're going to look over this. As I said, I'll cut these off first. I'll yeah, just so then they're in the location. So that top port there, that's gone. I'll cut that off, and actually we get rid of it, so we don't use the cap here, guys. Obviously we've got the cap up the top. This won't be the highest point anymore. Obviously that's why I always weld up something coming off of the block. Obviously cap that, so that obviously leaves us more room, and we'll try to fit it up underneath the bike there. So I do have a location of whereabouts, but I have actually in the meantime put some stuff there, so I'm not sure exactly how good we're going to fit this stuff. See what we can do. I do have some other stuff that if it's not going to fit, we'll make something work anyway. But yeah, so this is the cooling, so let's get this done. Obviously these are got to keep things happening on this thing, and yeah, and it'll be running in no time. So really excited about the bike, guys. I know you guys are all excited about it as well. Obviously a lot more people are coming on board on it, actually seeing it actually happening. As I said, it's gonna run. It's just what it is. I like to have all my stuff running. It's just obviously of how crazy it's gonna be, that's all. So yeah, no more talking, let's get to work. Alright peeps, well there you have it. Radiator is actually mounted now. Really happy with that. Still got one more bolt left to go, but I'll pop that on when I take it all apart and we go for final fitment. I can't get in there, I'll have to take off all the turbo and everything like that, so there's just no point doing that now. Welded on the dash 12s on the side, I'll go through you in a second. Radio had to cut off all the brackets, just wasn't enough room for any of them. We are a little bit close on the front. I'm going to have a lot of comments on the front fork there for the front tyre. I'm going to cut the front mud guard down just a bit, just so it's going to give us more space. And if worse comes to worse, I can actually put a front fork stopper if it's going to come up any further and actually going to come up and hit. So before everyone else says about it, then yeah, it is a little bit close, but I reckon it'll be fine. I've seen closer, so it's alright. Yeah, so that's awesome on that. Yeah, I'll grab you now and we'll come have a look at it. Alright guys, well there we have it. So radiator all in there. I've got it all symmetrical. Every line possible I've lined it up with. Everything looks pretty straight, so really happy with it. Dash 12 fittings on the side there guys. That's plenty of clearance there to put a fitting in there. And dash 12 on the other side as well. So one outlet, one inlet. I don't know exactly what one I'm going to use. I'll do that when I do water pump on there. So yeah, that's exactly what we're looking for. And this is the clearance that we've got. So all right. So that's how much clearance we got, which is quite a bit. I could stick my whole hand in there, no worries. And this doesn't hit it nowhere near. All right. So nothing hits. As I said, I can cut down, probably going to cut down a little bit of the front guard anyway. Give us a lot more travel. And worst comes to worst, as I said, I can put some fork stoppers so it doesn't, when it comes back down, if it decides it wants to mono, we can put some stoppers so it doesn't full travel, that's all. But we're pretty close to almost travel, so I'm not sure exactly how far down we're gonna go down with the bike, but yeah, that's all come up really well. I'm really happy with it guys. So cooling's done. All right peeps, so radiators are all sweet now, so that takes care of cooling. I do need to get a water pump. That's the only thing left on the cooling to go. I'll put that on the plate on the side there, that they how they do the K series. I've done that on the boat, I've done that on all of the cars. But this one here, I'll actually, same thing, attach the electric water pump straight to it. It's just easier, it's just less fittings and it's alley base, so it welds to it, no worries. I'll go through that when I get the water pump, but that will be the last piece of the puzzle to the cooling. Glad that we got the radiator to fit there. As I said, it's a little bit close, but it will be fine. Okay, now next step is fuel cell, fuel tank, whatever you want to call it. You know that I'm using the factory fuel tank. All right, now I need a place to wet them out the fuel pumps, and I'm not sure exactly where to put them. So what I'm thinking, all right, so we've got the factory, take these pumps off so I can show you what I've done. So this is the factory fuel tank. Obviously it's got divots everywhere because of how they make everything, and it goes in line with the chassis and in line with the mount, whatever it is. All right. Number one, this wasn't a EFI bike, so things have to change right there and then. But our biggest thing is obviously fuel supply. So these had this was pretty much a gravity fed because it was carbureted, but I need to fit the fuel pumps in there. So as you can see, I've done a bit of bashing here. On the outside, on these bits here, they're just to miss the frame on the outside there, so that's no biggie. The biggest one was this one here. All right, that there went, I think, on this side. So as you can see, that there's nothing there, but this one here is a bit of a hump. All right, so what we're thinking, well, what I'm thinking is we mount I don't know what's in there. There's a bolt or something. I don't know. What I'm thinking is we cut out a section in here. All right. Make sure it's got like a bit of a surge in front of it, and then recess the pumps in there. All right. So these are 044. These aren't intake pumps. These are external pumps. But that's what we'll mount them on here. We'll mount these external. There won't be internal. But we need to cut out a recess. Then obviously the fuel pumps will mount off the outside of it. But there needs to be enough room so it clears obviously the cam covers, rock covers, whatever you've got to call them, on the K24. So I reckon that'll be, yeah, I reckon that will work. So let's take it to the bench. I did put some water in it before. Remember I went to cutting fuel tanks. I just like to fill up with pretty much water. Alright, so it just gets rid of the vapor. There's a lot of other ways. You can throw a match in there if you really want to. Just fill it up with water, and I like to leave it for a couple of days just to get all the stuff. And then when you're actually cutting, I like to leave the water in there as well. Alright, so you just got to be careful with a couple of these tanks, because these are steel tanks. These aren't stainless steel. So be careful when putting water in here, and you don't leave them for too long, otherwise they'll start rusting on the inside. And then you have to start treating them. So let's get it to the bench. Let's do some cutting. Stop. peeps, well there you go. Tanks all in, fuel pumps, so twin 044s, it's the bigger one, the 340 litre a hour ones. Got them in, got dash 10 straight off of the tank, so 2 dash 10 feeds straight into a dash 6, 2 dash 6s going straight into the fuel rail, and they're right there, so they're not really aligned at all. Alright, so as I'm saying, this back bit here is actually acting as a surge tank. That's where the pickup is, and it's actually notched out at the front of the tank here. Alright, and then we've got it in. I'll quickly take the tank off. I'll show you exactly what I've done to it, and yeah, we'll go from there. Alright peeps, well there you have it. As you can see, that's exactly what I've done. Recessed it in and fitted the 2 044 pumps in there. The mounting brackets wouldn't hold, so what I've done is in the center there is actually put a plate. Alright, so the reason why you do a plate and not just a nut is there's not much mounting hold. And also, just in case the bolt goes through, just in case it starts denting it. And then welded a nut on that plate. M8 goes right in the center. The reason why that just a single M8 will hold is because obviously everything's all hard lined. Alright, so that's going to take the most of it. And then this is just holding it so no vibrations. Alright, obviously the pumps are also rubber mounted as they come with just the standard holders. So these are brand new Raceworks rubber mounted holders, and I've had to cut them down and modify them. So see 2-6 out. Obviously your power earths, whatever, I'll fix that up later. I've just got to cap these 2 holes here, guys. So cap that, cap this hole up here. And then I've obviously got to I want to get rid of this one. I don't like the look of this. All right, I want to change that to a, just a screw. So really want to take that out and actually put a screw lid on top of it. Then once I've done that, I've actually got to do a return and a breather. So I'll get them done somewhere. I'll figure out an idea, but that's pretty good for now. I'm pretty happy with how that's turned out. Misses the engine, no worries. The rocket cover, sorry guys. And yeah, so everything's all fitting, peeps. Really happy with it. Obviously I've just got to cap a couple of holes off, and yeah, she's all sweet. So alright guys, so obviously on this episode we have got the fuel system done and also the radiator. Gonna leave it for that, peeps, until next episode. I've got a few more things as well, and just so that I can keep making some more progress for you guys. Obviously next is a throttle cable. We need a throttle for this thing, and obviously I'll fix up the rest of the tank, mount a screw-on lid, and also obviously a breather and a return line. So then that will be 100%, but I'll wait till the next episode on that. I just want to finish up this episode. Obviously it's gone for quite a while now, peeps. And obviously we've got a lot of parts on the half a booster. So that should be finished up next episode, obviously apart from the wheels, guys. But don't 100% need wheels right yet, because it does actually drive. I want to get it properly tuned. Well, I'm going to tune it properly, and obviously get brakes done, and that's all it's ready for. So after that's ready to go, then we can actually yeah, give a few laps of that. Pretty hectic in the car park there. So yeah, obviously guys, thank you very much for liking and subscribing. Thanks to all the newcomers, really appreciate it. Really hoping that you're liking all the projects. I'm just trying to do a little bit on that at the moment, just to keep all you guys entertained. Obviously let me know what exactly you guys are after. I know you guys are liking it all, but really yeah, happy that so let me know exactly what you guys, what project you guys are actually wanting to see actually running. Roll racer, obviously I've got to do the wiring on that, guys. Obviously in the few episodes you see me get the fuel tech, haven't been up to it yet. Obviously just been busy on all the fabrication work, guys, but we will get to that very shortly. And obviously I've got a couple of mates cars here as well. And yes, so another little tiny little thing I want to address as well, guys, is I'm actually not a shop. This is my personal place. This is what I do as a hobby and not as a shop, so I don't get like customers. That's why I sort of said a customer as a mate's cars, but they're actually mates pretty much. But at the end of the day, they're a customer, so you got to treat them as customers. And not mates, because if you treat everyone like a mate, then obviously the cars pretty much never get done, unfortunately. But yeah, so really wanted to address that, guys. So a lot of people have been messaging me about getting things built and stuff like that. Obviously, if it is a big job and you're actually after something really, really decent, yeah, definitely message me. I'm up for like good things, not just little tiny things here and there, like a little exhaust system or something like that. So yeah, you guys see my builds that I do. I'm not taking a car off the hoist just to do a 2-minute job on the exhaust system, unfortunately. But as I said, I do like helping mates out and whatnot. But yeah, thought I'd let you guys know. I'm just getting quite a few messages there on my personal account on Facebook, and obviously a couple on YouTube, just about doing some things. I reply to all of you guys, alright, I try to anyway, as much as I can, and I try to help out everyone as I possibly can, but yeah, this is Snail TV, I work by myself, and I've actually got to edit these videos as well, and obviously do all the projects in here, and then obviously feed my kid, and go to sleep and wake up and do it all again. So go to work and then come home after that and then do it again. So again, guys, thank you very much for liking and subscribing. Obviously, if you haven't subscribed, please go do so. And I'll see you guys on the next episode. See you, peeps.